guys, welcome to the exam rat. So let's just begin with our next lesson. Before that, for more such videos, just subscribe and go through our website. For more queries or doubts, you just have to comment below. So let's just start with our next chapter. So our next chapter is linear equation in the two variables. Okay, so let's just now start with this chapter, linear equation. Okay, so like what is this linear equation and what is this term two variable means? So let's just have a look on this linear equation and the two variable means. So basically linear equation in two variable means, so as I already taught you in my polynomial class, that what are variables. Yeah, so what is variables? I told you about variable that x, y, z, a, b, c, any of them they can be a variable, right? So these are what we called as a variable, which we put after the constant to make any algebraic expression. So basically linear equations are those equations which involve two variable. Yeah, but just do not misinterpret, the linear equation not always involve the two variables. It can also involve one variable within it. The example for the linear equation in the one variable can be like x minus 5 equals to 0. This can be the example in the linear equation for the one variable. Why this is an example of this particular thing? It is because in this equation, as you can see, only one variable, that is x, is present. That is why it is known as linear equation in one variable. Whereas so this chapter is about the linear equation in the two variable. So basically what we have to study about two variables. So let's just have an example of two variable. Let one variable be x and another variable be 2. Why? So basically what you have to do, you just have to form a linear equation using both of them. For example, in this one variable linear equation we just have used x, but in the linear equation in the two variables we have to use both the x as well as y. So for an example, it can be written like x minus 5 y plus 5 equals to 0. So this is basically a linear equation in two variable. It is because it involves both the variables. Now we can also have a linear equation in three variables too, but that's now is not in your course right now. So you just have to study about linear equation in two variable. And guys, one more very important thing, this is linear equation standard form, right? This is a standard form in which any linear equation can be written. So what is the standard form? It is ax plus by is plus c equals to 0. So here x is first variable, right? Y is the second variable. A and B, they are respective coefficients of x and y. So what are A and B? They are the respective coefficients of x and y. Now what is this C? As you can see that this C do not have any variable attached to this, that is why we call this C as constant, as I have already explained you earlier in my polynomial class, that what is this C means. This is a constant term which do not have any variable in it, as you can clearly see in this equation. So what you have to remember, that what is linear equation? It is basically the equation which is generally in this form can be written. This is particularly for linear equation in two variable. This is not for the linear equation in one variable, because in case of linear equation in one variable, only one variable is used. But in this case, as we have to study about two variable thing, so we just have to use the two variables. So this is the standard form for the linear equation in the two variables. Okay, let's just now move to the next slide. Like I can just show you how to solve some problems based on these standard form. Okay, right. So the first question for this is write each of the following equation in ax plus by plus c equals to 0 form. So basically this is your standard form. You just have to write all the equations in a standard form. So the first equation is given for an example is 2x equals to y. So how you have to solve a linear equation? Yeah, so linear equation can be very easily solved. You just have to add or subtract the equal things at both the sides so as to nullify a particular term. Okay, so you know that the standard form for the linear equation in two variable is ax plus by plus c equals to 0. As you can see that both the x and y, both the variables, they are present at the left side of the equation. So what you have to do now, you just have to shift this y on the left side so as to make it a standard form. So like this you can easily shift this, right? But this cannot be like this because no c is present. As you can see, there is no c in this equation. It clearly means that c is equal to 0. There is no constant. It clearly means that constant is equal to 0 in this case. So we can write like this so as to make it a standard form. So this is a standard form. You can clearly see the standard form here. Yeah, so what you have to do now, you have to just find out the value of a, b and c. So you can so you just have to equate both the equations and can find out the value of a, b and c. So after equating, you find out that ax is equal to 2x. So clearly a is equals to 2, by equals to minus y, or we can say minus 1y. That's why b equals to minus 1 and c is clearly equals to 0. So that's how you have to find out the values of a, b and c in the given equation. So first step, you just have to arrange them in a standard form. Okay, so first what is the first step? You will just have to arrange it in a standard form. After arranging in a standard form, you just have to equate it with the basic standard form or the general standard form, and what you will get is the value of a, b and c after equating it. Okay, so let's just move forward towards the another example. You just have to solve this example, right? So your example is 2y equals to minus 5x plus 7. So what is our first step, guys? You just have to arrange in standard form. You just have to put all the variables and the constant on the left side of equation so that it will become like a standard form. So what you have to do, you just have to shift these equations, right? So it will be like minus 5x will be shifted towards the left side, so it will become 5x plus 2y minus 7 equals to 0. So this is how you can just form an standard equation. This is a standard equation, and this is how you have to write this equation in a standard form. Similarly, there is a equation given here and it is in the form of like a fraction. So what you have to do is you just have to take the LCM and then just solve this equation. Like in this particular equation, the LCM would be 4, right? And the equation will be like this: x plus 3y pi 4 equals to 6. So you just have to multiply both of these terms by the cross multiplication method and you will get x plus 3y equals to 24. Yeah, x plus 3y equals to 24 we'll get. So what we have to do now, we just have to shift all the variables and all the constant on the left side of the equation. This is a mantra kind of thing. You just have to remember this thing. You just have to arrange in a standard form, and for arrange in a standard form, you just have to put all the values in the left side of the equation so that they will become similar to the standard form. So you just have to put this 24 on the left side of the equation, and for that we just have to subtract minus 24 from the right side and also from the left side. So subtract 24 from both the sides and you will get this standard equation, right? So this is what you have to learn from this following equation, right? So these are the two other example which you have to done in the homework. Okay, so these are very easy. What you have to just do, you just remember what you have to do is arrange in a standard form. And how you're gonna arrange them in a standard form, you just have to put all the variables and all the constant terms on the left side of the equation by subtracting or eliminating or by addition of the constant values or the variable values, or multiplying or divide. You just have to like put them on the left side of the equation and then just equate with the standard form. You will get your value. Okay, that's all. Now let's just move forward towards the solution of linear equation. How can we solve a particular linear equation? So this is the way to solve a particular linear equation. There are some steps given below. These are not really the steps, these are basic things, and I have also explained you these type of things in the last slide. So basically what are these things? For making a standard linear equation, or to find out a particular value, what we have to do is we have to subtract or add a particular value to nullify a term. So what does that exactly means? Okay, so let's just have a look on the example so that you can have a better understanding about this. Like we are given p equals to 2a plus b, right? P equals to 2a plus b. So what you have to do, first you have to shift this b here, so you have to eliminate the b from here. For eliminating the b from the right side, what you have to do, you just have to subtract b from the right side. And if you are subtracting the b from the right side, you also have to subtract the b from the left side, right? So what will be the equation will be, it will be like p minus b, here they will be cancelled out, equals to 2a. Okay, so now you have to shift this 2a here. So what you have to do, first you have to shift this 2, so you have to divide by 2 so as to nullify the 2 from the right sides. You just have to eliminate the constant and the variables from the right side and just put them back to the left side. Okay, so let's just divide by 2 both sides so that we can eliminate this 2 from the right side. So what we'll get is p minus b divided by 2 equals to a. Okay, so this is what we get as the value. You can easily understand this thing, that it is very easy to find out the solution. What you have to do is you just have to put the values of the right in the left side of the equation. And how it can be done, it just can be done by eliminating the values present at the right and just shift them towards the left. And how can we just eliminate them? We can like divide them, or we can just subtract them so that they can be eliminated. For example, the b is present at the right side, so for eliminating this b from the right side, we just subtract the b so that they can be cancelled out and we don't have b on the right side of the equation anymore. Yeah, understood. So this is what we have learnt in the solution of a linear equation. Okay, in case of any queries or doubt, you can just comment below and I'll get back to you with the solutions. Okay, so let's just move to the next slide. Our next slide is the examples for this solution of linear equation. Yeah, I have already told you about the solution of linear equation, but for the better understanding, I have prepared some examples so that you people can easily understood this thing, right? So let's just have an example like 2x plus 3y equals to minus 24. This is the given example. So how do you find the solution of a particular linear equation? So for, as you can easily see that here two variables are present, so we can't just like, this is already a standard form. Okay, so what we can do is we just have to like imagine a value of one of the variable and put it in the equation and find out the value of another variable, right? Like we are just imagining certain value of the x and then just put the value of x in the given equation, and then we will find out the value of the y and we'll take it as the solution. Okay, so let's just now see how can we can do this. So first of all, for example, I'm taking any value of x. For example, I'm taking the x equals to 0. Let's now put x equals to 0 in this particular equation. What we'll get is 2 multiplied by 0 plus 3y equals to minus 24, right? So we'll get 3y equals to minus 24 or y equals to minus 8. This is what we get, right? We get this thing we get when we put x equals to 0, y comes out to be minus 8. This is a hit and trial method only. You just have to put the various values of the x and then just find out the y value. Okay, so this is what we can do. Now we can just put the value of y equals to 0. Okay, let's just now put the value of y equals to 0. What we'll get is 2x plus 3 multiplied by 0 equals to minus 24, right? So x will be equals to minus 12 in this case. So what we'll get is, we get the two pairs. If we are putting x equals to 0, we get minus 8 as the y. If we put y equals to 0, then we get minus 12 as the x. So why I'm writing it like this, we just have to write it like this, because when we get the values or the solutions of the linear equation, we just write it in like this way, x comma y, where x value is always placed at first and y value is always placed at the second. So what we have seen, that x is equals to 0, so y equals to minus 8. That is why I put x first and y later. And same in this case, if x equals to minus 12, y equals to 0, so I've put x first and then minus and then 0, sorry. Okay, so these are what about the solution of the particular linear equation. Let's just have a look on this too. Let's just have a look. So this is a given equation, 2x equals to 6 minus 3y. So our first step will be to arrange this. Either it is mentioned or it is not mentioned. You just have to arrange. Always when you see a linear equation, just arrange it in a standard form. This is the standard form of this particular equation, right? Now what we have to do is, we just have to put the various values and we'll just get the values of another. For example, they have put the value of the y equals to 0. If we put the value of y equals to 0, we'll get x equals to 3, right? If we put y equals to 1, then what we'll get is, we get 3 by 2 as the value of x. So we can just write the solutions, or we can make a table like this also. We can just make a box here and just put the values. Like, it means it can be read as like, it can be read like this, that for x equals to 3, y is equals to 0. For x equals to 3 by 2, y equals to 1. For x equals to 0, y is equals to 2. For x equals to minus 3 by 2, y is equals to 3. For x equals to minus 3, y is equals to 4. This is how we can just read this. Okay, so from this we are done with the solutions. Like always, I'll discuss some questions at the end. Okay, so let's just now move forward towards the another topic. So now we have seen how to represent any equation. Okay, how to solve an equation, how to find out the solution. So our next topic will be the graphical representation of the linear equation. It means how can we just plot a linear equation and their solutions graphically, right? So what you have to do is, like in the previous slide we learned about finding the solution. So we'll just do the same thing in this, but the other thing we have to do here is, you just have to plot these particular points on the graph. So don't worry, I'll just tell you. So for example, here are two equations are given. You can just take one as an example, like 2x minus y equals to 8. This is a particular equation given. So as in the previous slide I told you how to put the values and how to find out the solution, you just have to do it in the same way. Like, for if x equals to 0, right, then y will be equals to minus 8. Just make a table here to avoid the confusion. Okay, make a table here to avoid the confusion. So you people just not have to look here and there that for what value of x, what value of y is considered. You just have to make a table. It will be very easier for you people. Yeah, this is a table. We'll just divide this table in two parts. The first part will be obviously the value of x and second will be the value of y, right? So for the value of x equals to 0, we'll get minus 8 as the value of the y. So if we're putting x equals to 1, okay, so then we'll get the value of y equals to minus 6. If we put value of x equals to 2, then we get value of y equals to minus 4. If we put the value of x equals to 3, then we'll get the value of minus y equals to minus 2, right? If we put the value of x equals to 4, then we'll get 0 as the value of the y. These are more than enough. So what we have to do now, we just have to plot these things on the graph, okay, on the Cartesian plane. So what do you mean by a Cartesian plane? Cartesian plane is basically like this. This represent the x-axis, a basic number line, and this represent the y-axis. Just this is the origin which we called as a 0. This is a positive x-axis. This is the negative x-axis, right? Similarly, this is the positive y-axis. I'll just explain it like more thoroughly to you people, but for now just pay attention here, okay? So for the points are, let's just take me another pen so that you people can have a better understanding, right? So for x equals to 0, y equals to minus 8, okay? For y equals to minus 8, first we have to plot y equals to minus 8. So let's just extend the line, plot more points, okay? Then now we'll just plot the points. Y is minus 8 here and x equals to 0 here. So this is the first point, right? Next is for x equals to 1. This is the x-axis. This is the point 1. Okay. Y is equals to minus 6. So we can just draw a dotted line from 1 till minus 6. So this is the point where they both meet. So this is the actual point, right? Next is for x equals to 2. This is x equals to 2. We'll just make a dotted line. Y equals to minus 4. This will be the next point. For x equals to 3, y is equals to minus 2. We'll plot another point. For x equals to 4, y is equals to 0. This is the another point. Okay, so what you have to do is now you just have to join these graphical points. Okay, this is what the graphical representation of a particular equation means. This is how we can just graphically represent a particular equation. Here we'll write the equation. So this line is representing this particular equation, right? So this is what we called as the graphical representation. This is very important formula for this whole linear equation in two variable. This is a very basic thing and you people can very easily solve the questions related to it, and I'll just show you. Okay, so before moving to the questions, we just see some example. We just have to see some examples. Now just look at this. Okay, these are the points and these are the points. Here the equation is not given, so we'll just solve this equation. Example 2x plus y, 5y equals to 13, right? What we have to do is, now you can take any points. No need to go on the books that what point is given or what or not. You just have to take any point, whatever you want, right? So what will be the first point? Like I am taking like x equals to 0. So if x equals to 0, y will be equals to 13 by 5, right? Okay, so 13 by 5. So if we are taking y equals to 0, then x will be equal to 13 by 2, right? So this is what we have to do. We'll just make a table, divide it in two parts. First is obviously x and second is obviously y. We just have to write these things. For x equals to 1, okay, y will be equals to the for x equals to 1, y will be equal to 11 by 5. These are the points we get. Okay, so what we have to do, we just have to plot this point and you can just have a look on this thing. Okay, this is how it looks, and this is how, like for an example, they just have put like this is the point. So if you want to make sure that is this point lie on this line or not, what you have to do is, you already know the point's name is 4 comma 1, and I told you that always x comes first and y comes second. So what you have to do now, we just have to put this value in equation. If this equation satisfy this value, it means that these points are true. So what we are going to do, we'll put x equals to 4 and y equals to 1. What we'll get is 8 plus 5 equals to 13, and we see that RHS is already equal to 13. So it means that this particular point is correctly or truly represents the particular expression or the equation. Okay, so this is, they are the true points. You can also check the other points, like the point is minus 1 comma 3. So let's just put x equals to minus 1 and y equals to 3. What we'll get is minus 2 plus 15, that is 13. Yes, it is also equal to this RHS. It means that these points are true for that particular equation. Okay, so let's just now move forward towards the last topic of the linear equation in the two variables. Okay, so what is this last topic is, this is also the same kind of graphical representation, I must say. This is the same graphical representation as we have studied in the last slide, right? So what is different in this and why are we going to study this? So basically the difference is, we are plotting the equations that are parallel to x or y axis. So how is this thing gonna happen? So if only one variable is given, then I've already told you in a very special note that if only one variable is given, multiply the second variable by 0, right? We just have to multiply by 0. If only one variable is given, we have to multiply the second variable by the 0, right? So let's just take an example to explain you guys. X equals to minus 5 is the given linear equation, right? So what is our standard form is ax plus by plus c equals to 0, right? So we have to arrange this thing. So 1x plus 0 multiplied by y plus 5 equals to 0. This is the standard form. As we have studied in the earlier classes, this is what the standard form is. So as we have already arranged this in the standard form, what we have to do is now that if y is equals to 0, x equals to minus 5, this is already clear now, that if y is equals to 0, then x equals to minus 5, right? But if y is multiplied by 0, then it is not always like y is also equals to 0. Y can be any value, right? If we multiply any number by 0, we'll always get 0. So in this case, it is not always like a compulsion that y is always equals to 0. Y can be 1 also, y can be 2 also, y can be 3 also. It is because if y can have any value, because if it is multiplied by 0, so although it has any value, if multiplied by 0 it will always going to give a big 0. That is why we can take the other values of y as well. So in this case the first point is minus 5 comma 0. The second point can be minus 5 comma 1. Third point can be minus 5 comma 2. Why? Because y can have any value. It does not depend on anything. Y can have any value. It is because it is multiplied by 0. That is why this whole term becomes 0. It does not depend on what is the value of y. If the value of y is 10, then also it is multiplied by 0 and going to give a big 0. So that is why we can take any value of y. And so this is the example. So if we have to represent this thing like what I'm already telling you, so what we'll do is I'll just show you. Okay, this is the Cartesian plane, right, containing x positive, and this is x negative, this is y positive, and this is y negative. This is an origin. Okay, so from this equation we have seen that for minus 5 equals to x, y is equals to 0. So first we have to like draw the points, just have an equal distance between them. These Cartesian plane are generally, you know, they are plotted on a graph. So I am trying to make the equal distances if possible. Like this, we just have to plot our points with some equal distances. Okay, so from the previous thing we have just know that for x equals to minus 5, y is equals to 0. So let's just plot this thing here. For x equals to minus 5, this is the x-axis, this is the negative x-axis, this is minus 5 point. Let's just make a dotted line, and but the y is also equals to 0. This is where the y is equals to 0. So this is the point for minus 5 comma 0. Always when you make a point, just highlight that point, and then you have to just like put that point with the particular, you know, these markings. Now for minus 5, y can also be equals to 1, like I have told you. Y for minus 1, y minus 5, y is equals to 1, because if we are taking any value we will only going to get a big 0 because it is multiplied by 0. This is how. So point is this, these are the points. Now what we have to do is we just have to like make and join these points, right? We just have to join these points, and after joining this point we'll get a straight line, and what you will see is that this line is parallel to y-axis. This is what I want to show you, people. Okay, so how can we just draw the line which is parallel to the y-axis or the x-axis? If the line is drawn like this, like horizontally, okay, so then we can say that they are parallel to x-axis, right? So this is what we have to study in this particular chapter. This particular chapter is like they generally consist of these important terms only. It consists of only 4 exercises, and they include basically the standard form questions. They include how to find out the solutions, and the third part is how to find out the solutions by plotting them on the graph, and the fourth part is how to like plot the lines which are generally parallel to y-axis or generally parallel to the x-axis, right? Okay, so let's just now move towards the questions for this particular thing, right? So the questions can be like this. As always, I'll just show you some questions related to this thing. Okay, so let's just move forward with our first exercise for the linear equation, that is the standard form. Basically, the first topic we have studied in the linear equation. Yeah, just remind two variables, right? So let's start with the first question. So I'm just giving you a word problem, or I'm just solving a word problem for you people, so that you can also like prepare for the class 10 syllabus or something like this. So let's just start. So the question is that cost of a notebook is double the cost of pen, right? So what we have to do is just write the linear equation in two variables. Okay, so how we're gonna do this? So let's just solve this, right? So answer for this particular question is, let's just say that the cost of pen is equals to rupees y, and the notebook is equals to rupees x, right? So according to this equation, according to the given question, so we'll just write according to the question, right? Cost of notebook is double cost of the pen. Okay, so what is the cost of pen? And the cost of notebook is x. It is equals to the cost of notebook is, just stop where the is. Okay, when you see the is, you just have to put a equals to sign. This is a very easy thing to like solve the problems for the age related questions or the word problems. So this is my way to just solve this word problems very easily. Wherever you just see is, you just have to put this is equals to sign. Okay, so the cost of notebook is, then cost of notebook is rupees x, is it means equals to sign. Now double the cost of pen, double means two times, cost of pen is rupees y. This is what we get as a linear equation. But wait people, I already told you that whenever you have to write a linear equation, whether it is mentioned or not, you just have to write in a standard form, right? So what you have to do is, you just have to make it look like a standard form. This is what the final answer is, right? So this is what we have to like do in this linear equation thing. This is very easy chapter. This is what you have to do in this particular chapter. You just have to like pay attention to certain things. Okay, so let's just now move forward. So the question here is, check, I'm sorry, it was question number 2. Check that x minus 2y equals to 4 is the given equation. We are given a certain points like 0, 2, 2, 0, root 2, 4, root 2. We just have to find out whether these things are the solutions or not. Okay, so what you have to do is, to find out whether it is solution or not, we just have to put the value of x and y in the equation, and just you have to match whether it is matching with the right hand side of the equation or not. So let's just do the first thing. So according to our first thing, the value of x is 0 and the value of y is equals to 2. So what we'll get is minus 4, which is not equal to the right hand side. That is why this is not the factor, or this is not the solution of this particular linear equation. Let's just now move forward with the second thing. So second is, put the value of x equals to 2 and the value of y equals to 0. What you will get is, you are getting 2, which is not equals to 4. Hence no, this is also not a solution. Now the next thing is, put the value of x equals to root 2 and the value of y equals to 4 root 2. So what you will get is root 2 minus 8 root 2. So this is minus 7 root 2, which is not at all equals to 4. Hence this is also not the solution of the particular equation, right? So our next is 4 comma 0. So let's just push this also. So for x we will put 4, and for y we are gonna put 0. What we'll get is 4, which is equals to 4. So yes, this is the particular solution of the given equation. This is how you have to find out the particular solution of a given linear equation, right? So this is what you have to do in a linear equation. You people can very easily understand this thing. Okay, let's just now show you how to plot a graph, right? So our we are given with the equation like x plus y equals to 4. This is quite a very easy equation. What you have to do is, as I told you, just made a box. Like, these are more than enough. If we are putting x equals to 0, we get y equals to 4. If we put x equals to 1, we get y equals to 3. If we put x equals to 2, we got y equals to 2. If we put x equals to 3, we'll get y equals to 1, right? This is the equation, or these are the solutions we are getting. We just have to plot this thing in the Cartesian plane, mark x and y to avoid the confusion, because you people are new, so you have to mark to avoid the confusion or any kind of silly mistake in your exams, right? I'm just plotting this positive part because as you can see the solutions are almost positive, right? So for 0, y equals to 4, so let's just take me another pen to mark it. So this is the first point, right? Second is for x equals to 1, y is equals to 3. This is y equals to 3 and this is x equals to 1. They are meeting or intersecting at this point. Second is for y equals to 2, x is also equals to 2. So this is the particular point. For x equals to 3, y is equals to 1. As you can see, when we just draw the line, we'll get a straight line graph. Okay, so this is what this equation means. You can just write here that this is the equation, this is the particular equation. Okay, this is how you have to just do the graphical representation. It is very easy to plot a graphical thing. Okay, so in the next slide I am showing you, apart from the Cartesian plane, there are also certain other things that are the number line, right? So basically if only one variable is given, so then you have, in that case you have to plot a number line, right? So how can you just plot a number line, or we can just say what you have to do is, so our given equation is 2x plus 1 equals to x minus 3. This is the given equation. As you can see, this is in one variable. Okay, in one variable you can just also plot a number line, as I have told you in the chapter number 1 how to plot a number line. First you have to just convert it into a standard form. So you have to eliminate this x. What you will do you just subtract the x from both the sides. Subtract x, will get x plus 1 equals to minus 3, right? So what we'll now do is we just have to eliminate this thing also. So we'll just add plus 3 both sides. So when we'll add plus 3, we'll just cut it down, and what we'll get is x plus 4 equals to, yeah, x plus 4 is equals to 0. This is the equation we get, right? So from this equation we just have to find out the value of x, that is x equals to minus 4. In this case, if it is given that plot this thing on the number line, what you have to do is you just have to plot a number line. This is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, right? What you have to do is take another pen, of course. This is x equals to minus 4. So this point, it represents x equals to minus 4, or we can say x plus 4 equals to 0. Okay, so this is what we can explain by plotting this thing on the number line, and this number line thing generally exists in one variable case only. It cannot like exist in the two variable case, because in the case of two variable we just have to draw a Cartesian plane, because the two variables are involved. That is why we have to use both the x and y axis in that case, right? So this is what. Now for the similar equation, wait a minute, what was the equation was x plus 4 equals to 0, right? So if we are given that the equation was x plus 4 equals to 0, this is the equation in one variable only. So in that case you can also plot it on Cartesian plane. Now the question is how, right? So first we have to adjust in a standard form. What we'll do is we can write it as 1x plus 0 multiplied by y plus 4 equals to 0. This is the given standard form, right? So in this case we already know that y equals to 0 and x equals to minus 4. So the definite points are these. Okay, these are the definite points. So as I've explained you in the equation of the line parallel to x and y axis, then when the y is multiplied by 0, it means if you can put any value of y, because it does not depend upon anything. If you put any value of y, since it is always multiplied by 0, you will always get a 0. So you can also take the another points, like you can also take the another points. For an example, we are taking here y can also be equals to 1, right? Because if we multiply any value of the y with the 0, we will always get the 0. So these are the points we can plot, right? So first what we have to do is just draw a Cartesian plane. This is the particular Cartesian plane we needed, right? With the negative value of x. So first plot the negative value of the x, positive values of the y. Minus 4 equals to 0. So the particular point will be, this will be minus 4 equals then minus 4 and 0. This will be minus 4 and 1. So minus 4 from x and 1 from y, right? So this will be the particular intersecting point, minus 4 from x and 2 from y. This is the particular point. Similarly, this is the particular point, right? So when we join this particular thing, we'll get a straight line parallel to y-axis. That's what I was trying to tell you people, that how can we just draw a line parallel to x and y axis. In the case of when the one variable is given, then we can also plot a number line, and we can also